Welcome to the Club Lorcana podcast. I'm Zan Syed. With me always is Jeremy Bertarioni, my best friend and co-host.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Jeremy Bertarioni, back again. We're all back from the holidays. We took a little hiatus. And of course, we're also joined by one of the co-hosts, this panda. Really psyched you out there. Also got Ryan Walker, a co-host with us.
How's it going, everybody?
Great. Yeah. So it's been 2 weeks.
Yep.
A little bit of a stagnant 2 weeks because it was the holidays. You know, people were busy watching the Muppet Christmas Carol, not necessarily playing Lorcana, but we have a little bit to talk about in Lorcana to make up for the fact that not a lot has happened in the news. We got some deck lists that we're going to pull up, and we should be pretty good at talking about those lists and getting you equipped for your next tournament that you're going to play. Set Champs is this weekend, and I want to show up with the
best
deck
deck?
the best deck that is in the format that I could play. Did I say enough? Does that enough words?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So Zan Syed, talk us through Club Lorcana Special, the pillars of the metagame.
All right. So not much has honestly changed, but we would say the Twitter meta is blue-green.
Yeah. Blue-green, and then that's split 2 different decks right there.
Yep.
With blue-green, the big question is, do you play detectives or don't you? And I'm in the minority in this friend group here because I actually really like the detective package.
Yeah.
And I've told you the theory before, but I'm going to say it one more time. I feel like in blue-green, no detectives, you don't really build up very much of a board. And so what happens is you do the combo where you do a Prince Philip and it puts away all their stuff, but they end up being at like 12, 13, 14 lore. And then if they just like played 2 more guys, you're still kind of losing the race. So what you actually have to do with blue-green, not detectives, is combo twice. I feel like with blue-green detectives, you kind of curve into a Judy Hopps, into a Donald Duck, and then, then you do your Prince Philip combo. Same as before, you still do the Prince Philip combo, only now you do the Prince Philip combo and you quest for 4. And you maybe get a little bit of value. Let's say in Magical Land, your Judy Hopps finds a Basil, so you have an answer for their next thing. And so suddenly, instead of having to win in 7 turns with just Prince Philip, you have this whole little army of kind of admittedly dinky little detectives that you can win in 2 or 3 turns. So that plan makes a little more sense to me in a game of Lorcana.
Okay. You did a bunch of explaining, but the explaining is like it's like the deck is not different. The deck is exactly the same as the other deck. The main difference is, can you call a deck a detectives deck if above 70% of the time the right answer is to ink the detectives? You're just playing the regular green blue deck with detectives and calling it detectives. It's not a detective deck.
Right,
It's just green blue with the uh with like a splash of something that you want to play. Like, we can't even, like, when I'd like played it and I'm like thinking about, okay, where do I gain the edge with this detectives package? I can't find it. Basically, I'm like it's fair to compare Judy Hopps and Dumbo. Those are very similar cards in the sense that they're both synergistic, and if unchecked, they can steal the game. But Dumbo is gonna draw you the card and gain you the lore, and gonna cost you 1. But Judy Hopps, not guaranteed to hit. If it said, uh, reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal the next detective, and it's guaranteed, this would be a different conversation. But it doesn't say that. So what this is saying is that I want you to pay the inherent cost of playing detectives, which are bad. We know this because we played Ariel, which costs 1 less, and looked at 1 more card. And when you bricked in those situations, you just lost the game on the spot.
So I guess if somebody's trying to make the decision between to play detectives or not in green blue, what they're going to be asking is, what am I giving up by playing detectives? So there's this suite of 20-ish cards that are detectives. Some of them you're playing anyway.
But I'm saying the opposite. What matchup are you gaining percentage in to even start to consider making a sacrifice?
I think all of them, because I think your game plan is inherently better.
It doesn't do okay. Let's say you're playing against dogs, which is
Dogs.
the next deck that we're gonna say is top tier in the meta.
Yeah.
If
You have Under the Sea, which a lot of the times the not detective
you
versions don't
play
play Under the
2
Sea.
copies and you are not built to play a turn 3 Under the Sea like we did before.
Right, but the thing about Under the Sea against dogs is they have Ursula, they have Mowgli, so you don't really want the Under the Sea, you want a Visions for the Under the Sea. So it's better that you play 2.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Actually, we're really getting to the bottom of this detective package.
It's just like, okay, so do you think Detectives is good in that matchup?
I actually beat dogs every time that I play it.
Okay, that doesn't tell us that it's that it helps in that matchup or not.
Because I like the game plan and I like having access to the Under the Sea, and
I just think that you like Detectives.
No.
You don't?
Well,
I thought Mickey Mouse Detective was one of your favorite cards.
that is one of my favorite cards, and it's not even in the deck, so
Okay. I get that themes are cool, but how does it help in the dogs matchup?
you get to play Under the Sea.
But okay, me and you both performed really well with green blue and Ryan.
I mean, come on.
He did. The version I was specifically talking about was the Baymax version. That was 100% built around playing
Under the Sea. Yeah.
exactly. So that version, we played it. What do you think the chances are that you're able to set up a Under the Sea early-ish in this deck?
Well, but now you have this other lines, right? Instead of Under the Sea, you have the option to Prince Philip combo, or
Every time you're gonna win with this deck, you had to have Prince Philip. And how does this combo help you achieve that?
well, but you don't actually sacrifice any of the Prince Philip combo.
Exactly. You're basically playing all ink and the Prince Philip and like the normal deck.
Okay, but like, sure, I'm saying that that's better than the normal deck because sometimes you have the option to shift gears and start playing a bunch of dinky little detectives.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want to play a game plan that actually works every time as opposed to Judy Hopps, which doesn't work every time?
So that's the sacrifice you're saying is that you're sacrificing consistency in the green blue plan. Which is the question I asked you, by the way, what is the sacrifice? And then you were like, well, what's the matchup? So you didn't answer my question, but now you haven't answered my question, which is that you think you're sacrificing consistency to play the detectives.
You have to start from where I'm talking about because you don't like if you were like, okay, I want to play detectives, Dalmatians, and like everything you can possibly think of. In this game, you would never ever get to the bottom of your list of like things I need to test. So what you need to do is like say, okay, here's a matchup I'm struggling against, or here's a matchup I am beating. Does something in the detectives package answer the problem I'm dealing with?
Yes.
I think in your argument, your detective package was helping you with the purple steel matchup because after you Prince Philip combo, they would play Genie into Guy, and you didn't have any answers for it. But in the detective package, you got a Judy Hopps and a Donald Duck sitting there to contest those guys.
Well, but now also you're just winning the race.
So one thing that you should think about is Dumbo. Has it increased play or decreased play since set 9?
Decreased
Why?
because Blurple's not as much of the meta share.
No.
Alert.
Not only that. Why? Why else? Like
Purple Steel doesn't play as many Dumbos.
no, they've been cutting Dumbos.
That's what I'm saying.
More removal.
But why are they removing them?
Because of Demona.
Because it's an easy card to get rid of, right?
What?
It's a 3/3.
Oh.
So it dies really easily.
It does. It gets zapped as Zeus
So
now.
now let's think about, okay, is Dumbo hard to get rid of or easy to get rid of? And are we still in evasive war territory? We are in evasive war territory. If you're playing purple, you know that it's the last person with the evasive guy that's winning.
Mhm.
So my argument here is Judy Hopps is a worse Dumbo in the sense that now if I play an Elsa, my Captain Hook or Calhoun or my 3/3 bird can now just take out my
Buddy.
Judy Hopps.
Yeah, but that's great for you
No,
as a green blue player.
but what if you bricked off of?
Mm.
I don't think that you're favored to hit.
No, but you got 2 looks. You played it, looked, quested with it, looked, and then they traded their 3/3.
Wait, why did you get to quest?
How are they killing it without me questing?
Elsa.
Okay, so they tap my Judy Hops, they kill it. That's great for me as a green.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because it's like not on theme with the rest.
But what I'm saying is you have to ink stuff. So if you're not inking
If
the
you're missing on the
detectives,
Judy, you have to ink something else that you didn't want to ink.
so you're inking the Prince Phillips and those other things, right? So when are you choosing to ink like the stuff that wins the game? And when are you choosing to ink the detectives? I feel like you're inking every detective in your hand the whole time.
Sometimes you have 2 Clarabelles, and you only need 1.
Okay.
I mean, that happens.
True,
Yeah,
true,
you
true,
know,
true.
it's a don't Clarabelle
I'm
situation.
just like having a lot of trouble in testing and figuring it out. I'm like, okay, I feel like the only way I win is with the regular gameplay. And I think that, like, yes, this can be the draw engine. I just think that Donald Duck says the 4-drop Donald Duck. Both players draw a card. And it always does that.
Donald Duck is in the detective list.
Yes, but what I'm saying is you want to be playing cards that say what say they're going to do. Like Cinderella.
Mhm.
Are you cutting Cinderella?
Yes.
Why?
That's what you lose for the detective.
I don't think Cinderella's a good card. I think it's bad. I think you played a match where it was terrible.
You're talking about Blurple?
Yeah.
Different conversation.
Different conversation.
I think
Is
it
it?
is terrible in Blurple, by
I
the way.
do
will
think it's
get on that.
terrible in Blurple. Yeah, you're 100% right. Bad in Blurple. We're talking about green blue.
I think it's bad in green.
So if you think it's bad in one deck, does that mean it's bad in all decks?
sometimes, and I think this is one of those times.
This is not one of those times.
I think Cinderella's a bad card.
Do you think that Blue Steel was not a deck in set 9? What is the card that made it a deck in set 10? Cinderella. So you're looking at a good example. Now Blurple was the best deck in set 9. So it didn't need the help. But green blue biggest problem was consistency, and Cinderella's biggest asset is increasing consistency.
Is Blue Steel a good deck? I haven't seen it do well.
Is Blue Steel a good deck? It's still in the conversation of top 5 decks. It can win tournaments now, as opposed to in set 9, it had no results.
Yeah, no chop.
Right? So it went from, let's say, F tier to C tier or B tier, right? B minus. Like that's a huge jump. That's a bigger jump than jumping from B to A, right? So like basically I'm like when I'm like, okay, so it's helping your dog matchup. No. Okay. Purple Steel is the most popular deck. You're saying that it helps that matchup.
Yes.
Okay.
And I kind of think it helps your dog's matchup.
Okay, what is the detective that is countering the Purple Steel matchup? Because the moment Judy Hops turns sideways, it dies to your 1 cost or your 2 cost.
That's fine.
So, but I'm trying to understand what is the detective that like counters the Purple Steel matchup?
Having a board counters the Purple Steel matchup. And if they do anything other than turn their guy sideways to make their number go up, that is like good for you. So if they kill your Judy Hops with anything other than
Captain Hook?
no, Zeus or Strength of a Raging Fire hardcast, then that's a victory.
They won't use that. They don't need to.
Right, they use one of their guys that
Elsa.
didn't quest.
Yeah, but
That doesn't kill it on its own.
Calhoun. And 1-drop. All your
Also
1-drops
just does
and
the
2-drops.
turning.
Yeah, but so what's the detective that you play that's like good? So you played Judy Hops. What did you find?
I think that just having a board is good against.
You got
And
the 3/4 Donald Duck that inks a card.
That'd be the best. That's the nut.
Yeah, but that's not good.
That is good.
It doesn't do anything.
It gets you to the Prince Philip.
So now here's the other
Wait,
question.
that one always inks a card.
Here's the other question. How many tournaments has Green Blue won?
But it's number 1 on the Lorcanito leaderboard.
Exactly. And I think that's like a really important topic that we should get into.
Okay.
Is a deck that has been played more than any other deck by a good, competent pilot hitting number 1 a true testament of how good the deck is? Or is it just being played more than everything else?
You've been on this podcast before talking about that number 1 on the website was it.
Of course, I 100% believe that hitting like trying to climb the ladder is really important. But these past 3 weeks, who's been playing? I haven't,
Yeah, that's a good point.
right?
Yeah, you could say it's easier right now.
After CCS,
Yago's playing.
I was like, I should take a break and I should focus on TFT. The reason why
What?
I'm gonna tell you why that's important. I think that if you jam during this dead time, it's not gonna help you.
I thought he was gonna say family. He focused on family.
You thought he focused on family.
Yeah.
No, that's not what happened. I can tell you right
I
now.
did focus on family.
Yeah, sure, buddy. That was your second answer.
Ronnie.
Cat.
Cat's fine. Doesn't need any help.
I mean, yeah, we went on a cabin trip. But the reason why I think it's nice to switch games is because it like really demonstrates really shows what your weaknesses are. And one of the things that TFT does is it challenges your um ability to make decisions quickly with a timer on. And I really like that aspect. And so the other thing is my play style is 100% about understanding what the room is going to be. Now, if the room is 75% empty, we're not getting a good view of what the room is. So now Richmond coming up and the room starting to get more packed, I can get a better idea of what the room is going to be. But these 10 to 50 people who are just playing nonstop, I don't have to worry about them. They're not going to be the majority of players that I play against. Right? So hitting top of the ladder is really important, but when you hit top of the ladder is also really important. So if you can take a fresh account the week before and see how high you can get, if you can hit top 10, that's better than hitting top 10 during a dead zone.
Ooh. I
Certainly.
basically have a fresh account.
Do we think green blue is a threat to win Richmond? I think is the real question here.
I
right?
mean, I just think it's just rolling dice. You're just trying to play slots. I have not seen the deck be consistent. It's the deck I have tested the absolute most. I don't understand it. The the funny part about the deck is I feel unsure about my good matchups and my bad matchups. And whenever I play a deck, I always beat it.
Yeah, I mean, we never thought it was a threat to win in set 9, but the big thing is now it has a board wipe, right? It has this Prince Philip, Mean Malicious Scary combo. Is that enough to put it over the top?
You kind of just have to accept that that can happen. You can lose to that deck.
Mhm.
But if they have to high roll twice, is that I mean, if someone is high rolling out of their mind, they could potentially win the tournament. But is that what you like? That's not my approach. My approach is not oh, let me figure out what the highest roll deck is. And I'm gonna walk into the room. My whole approach is okay, I have a good deck, and now I just need to make it consistent. So if plan A doesn't go well, that I can still win with plan B, C, D, E, right? And Jeremy knows that I'm always playing on plan F.
He drew the Emrakul. You know what's crazy is that this doesn't make sense because if you're not somebody that looks for the highest roll deck, why are you playing TFT?
Oh, high roll.
Yeah. All you want to do in that game is oh, I found the 3-star. Let's go.
Well, it's all about
click, click, click.
In that it's okay, there's a bunch of variants. How can I, through all of this chaos, figure out the most consistent game plan and do it over and over again until you rank it's the highest rank?
I picked void units because they're purple, and my strategy right now is purple in every game.
Congrats.
This is the purple.
All right, back to the topic. Green, blue.
That's I thought we were going to get to the next pillar of the
That
metagame.
is a pillar of the metagame. We've decided. All that conversation,
Sure.
it is a pillar.
So let's talk about purple steel.
I thought we were going to talk about dogs.
You want to talk about dogs next? Okay.
Well, the thing is, the reason I want to do dogs is I think dogs is going to be a fast one.
It is fast.
It's a fast deck. And people have been shouting from the mountaintops, I think since like set 9, basically, was that if you do the work to figure out how to play dogs, then you'll get the reward. And the reward is you'll win a bunch of tournaments. And an example is Habibi won Wonderland's charity tournament with dogs 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, I went 10-2 with it in Milwaukee, but that was
Dogs has
set
been a
9.
good choice for a long time.
But okay, I'm gonna talk about what my rationale behind dogs is. My rationale behind dogs is so last set, it was like, okay, I want to beat Blurple.
Yeah.
Dogs versus Blurple, that's one of the most lopsided matchups ever,
Mhm.
It's
especially
really,
if you
yeah,
play a Chromacon.
it's really tough for Blurple.
So my thought was, okay, if I go into this tournament and there's 35% plus Blurple and I just get the right side of the bracket, I will top this tournament and have a chance at winning. Now, I went to these tournaments and I didn't get the pairings that I wanted. So, I went 5-2-1 in Bologna. Then we move on to um, Milwaukee. And I started off, I played against Purple Steel 4 times in a row or 5 times.
Eight times in a row.
In the first 4, let's just say it was 4. I don't remember how many times it was, 4 or 5 times. Anyways, I started off 1-2, right? And then I proceeded to win 9 in a row with dogs. And Blurple was a lot of the path up, and Green Blue was a lot of the path up, and the mirror match was a lot of the path up. And I really felt like good about dogs because I learned so much about it because I had been playing it basically from the get go. And I was like, okay, this is a really great response to Blurple. Now we move on to set 10, right? Blurple was the highest played deck. And then Purple Steel wins Milwaukee, and we get set 10, and Purple Steel gets even more tools and becomes basically what Blurple was. Now every tournament is 30% Purple Steel, and all the good players are floating to the top with Purple Steel. The worst matchup for dogs for me was Purple
Purple Steel.
Steel, and it really came down to how many Calhouns they draw. So now the next part of the puzzle is okay, is Purple Steel a good matchup? And so what I learned, especially in Milwaukee when I lost twice against it and was basically able to win the next 2 times against it to break even, was that the die roll was really important. A lot of factors were really important, but there were just draws and their deck naturally curved out in a way that I lost more than I won. And so after that question is like, okay, how do I feel about the mirror match? I feel terrible about the mirror match. How did I beat the other 2 mirror matches? I honestly don't know. Every time I looked at my opponent's hand by playing an Ursula, I was like, I should lose this. And I don't know. I feel like I just got luckier off the draws or whatever happened. I just won. But would I want to like bet my tournament on playing the mirror match of dogs? No. A great example of that is in the tournament that I just recently won, this ECS 25K, which was a CCQ. I thought I was going to lose once I made top 16. The reason why was Diego, level 9,000, great player, um, was number 1 seed. But guess what happened? He got paired against number 16 seed, our hometown hero. I don't remember his name, but
Kevin,
is it?
Jason, Ethan,
I don't remember his name, but he was playing.
Brian.
He was playing dogs.
Might have been Brian, actually.
It is Brian Mesa.
Okay, yes. Brian was playing against Diego, I guess. And he took down the number 1 seed, but it was the mirror match. And Diego was like, there's nothing I can do. So if Dogs is on the rise, I don't feel comfortable about the mirror, which was my reason for not playing Purple Steel in Milwaukee, was because I did not believe that the mirror match was awarded to the person who played the best. It was the person who drew the best. And I just didn't want to be in that position. So dogs is on the rise, but is dogs the correct choice? I love dogs and I would snap it up and play it. So what would be a meta game that I believe would be good for dogs? If Blurple had won the last couple of tournaments and was the number one most played deck, but everything the room right now doesn't show that Blurple is the most played deck. I think Blurple is number 5 or number 6.
You have to imagine that for a DLC, a lot of players are bringing purple steel.
That's the number one deck, and so I feel like someone could have played Purple Steel after rotation the whole time through. They never had to drop it. A great example of that is Tiago. So I also think that the Blurple players can be converted into Purple Steel very easily because the card pool is very similar. And so we just end up in a spot where I'm like, dogs, I don't want to play the mirror match and I don't want to play Purple Steel. So how can I justify playing um how can I justify playing dogs?
People are playing dogs.
You got some new tools, right? What kind of new tools did we get in set 10?
Mowgli.
We get to play Mowgli. Get to take their Strength of Rage and Fire or their Zeus.
I mean, but then you played a Mowgli.
We also played a Mowgli, who's a
1/2
child in underpants. That's always a 1/2.
that dies
True.
to just someone activating their cat. They're like, "Oh, it's just time to get rid of that 4 free."
It's also playing the Delmoon's Lullaby just to pop Illusion.
I love that card. I definitely think that card makes things much easier, but I was already playing the other one that doesn't allow people to quest.
Hevelumps and
Mm,
Woozles.
Yep.
Yes.
That card is that was actually good.
Um, I really like that card, but clearly that card has been upgraded. And yeah, so
Webby Vanderquack.
but there's only one copy. I mean, like one or two copies or 0 copies. Are we talking about the 1 drop or the
Yeah,
4
you
drop?
get the 1 drop that does -1
Yeah,
for your
no, +1.
+1. So you get your extra lore out of your dog.
Yeah, it's just upgrading on another card. The thing is, the rest of the decks got a much more more upgrades. You know what I mean? We got cards like Hades, which are not necessarily good against dogs. It's more so that like they have a much higher chance to float to the top. So in the last tournament, I was thinking the later I make it, the more likely I'm gonna play against Blurble.
Mhm.
But in this tournament, I'm thinking the later I make it, the more likely I'm gonna play against Purple Steel.
I'm getting worse and worse and worse odds throughout.
Exactly. So I'm still waiting for the room to get full to understand it, but that's why Purple Steel is still one of my top considerations if I don't play my combo deck, you know?
So let's go through the pillars. We'll get the pillars out of the way and we can start getting more in depth on some of these decks. We can even look at some deck lists. Let's just knock a couple out right now. Purple Steel, top dog.
It's the top deck. I mean, look at Jonathan Williams, Tiago, Jonathan Lamb's results. They're just freaking phenomenal.
And then let's just keep going through the purple decks. So we have Blurple,
One Singapore.
one Singapore.
Yeah.
That list was
Jacob Frey.
crazy.
Yeah, and then it also won the first CCQ.
Okay.
Ying got that.
You also qualified for the LCCC.
Yes, I'm playing
Via
Blurple
Blurple.
in the LCCC. And
Congrats on top 4ing the LCCCC with Blurple.
yes, I'm in there with Blurple.
You're a Blurple guy now.
You're
a
a big
Blurple.
Blurple Andy.
I'm a big Blurple guy.
Okay.
How many? Let's go through the top 4 of that. So, number 1 seed is Bradley, who beat me using Purple
Yeah,
Steel.
Purple
right,
Steel.
that's right.
He was playing the Grimordium Arcanorium.
Yes, completely undefeated. He's the only undefeated player. Purple Steel. Bradley is number 1, and then I'm number 2, and Bradley was my only loss. Number 3 is Tiago, and Tiago is playing
Brainiac.
not Purple Steel, but
I think he's on Brainiac, right?
Brainiac. Yep, green, purple.
So my Brainiac guy says that Brainiac's actually just cracked right now.
Oh my god.
You could just say his name. We know who your Brainiac guy is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Justice has been saying that since the inception of the deck.
Yeah.
So not much has changed.
You know what was the craziest thing that happened was I made top 16 of the CCQ, and my first round was against Brainiac. I was shitting my pants.
Right. Because the deck's so good.
No, it was so I was like, how do I win?
Yeah, I don't know how that matchup plays out.
Because I'm like, their whole plan is to make me discard my whole hand.
Yeah.
But then I realized I was like, oh my god, they cannot beat what's my location called?
The what is it called?
Laborium something ultimatum.
No, you can't just say ultimatum. The which location is it?
The one that lets you turn sideways to draw a card.
Yeah.
Oh, the Great Emporium.
Illuminary, the Great Illuminary.
The Great
Illuminary.
We
Illuminary.
got there.
Jinx. But yeah, I
The
just
jinx
kept
was outrageous.
I just kept playing that card, and my opponent was like, "What? Like, why are you playing that?" And it gained me like 12 lore. I just played a copy on 2, a copy on 3, and a copy on 4.
Literally as Bayou, basically.
Mhm.
I was just like, just please give me a lore. It was incredible. I was like, okay. And I was like, oh, like I remember in game 1, I came up with the plan. I was like, okay, yeah, this is gonna be my plan. This is how I'm gonna beat this.
Brainiac.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get
Not Brainiac, not a pillar. We should stop talking
No.
about it.
It's a cool deck.
It's a cool deck. Well, green purple actually has 2 really cool decks right now. If you're playing green purple, you have 2 options. You could play, well, actually 3. You can
Mhm.
play like a traditional mid-range green purple.
Mhm.
The problem with that is I'm not sure really what you beat, and it certainly doesn't look as good as purple steel. You could go crazy bigger with Brainiac, and I think by now you sort of know where you sit with Brainiac. If you're playing Brainiac in Richmond, you already know that, and you know all about it. And if you don't know what Brainiac is, you shouldn't play it in Richmond. So
Yeah.
that solves itself.
The other copy that made it top 16 of the CCQ was Speci's version. The
Burn.
aggro.
Mhm.
$12 burn aggro. This has the enigmatic Inkcaster. This is basically an item that lets you exert it to gain 1 lore if you have played 2 cards that turn.
Any 2 cards.
Giving myself a gold star for not using any Magic the Gathering phrases in that because all of them were also a Magic the Gathering. I could have said that in a totally different language. But basically, you're just playing a super aggressive deck that has a couple of fun tricks. Like it plays magical maneuvers to sort of cheat 2 cards. So you can, like, for example, quest with Cursed Merfolk, magical maneuvers, pick it up, play the Cursed Merfolk. That lets you tap your enigmatic Inkcasters, even if you only top decked 1 card per turn. A couple cool tricks like that, but for the most part, a very straightforward, aggressive burn deck. Sam, what do you think about that one? Is that a good choice?
I don't think it's a good choice. I think it's a really good deck if you are starting off playing Lorcana.
Okay,
The
interesting.
reason why I don't think it's a good choice is because I think that the best decks are the best at what they are designed to, like specific, like they're taking like an extreme approach to a specific strategy. Let me give you an example. Dogs is extreme aggressive, right? Like if we're talking about the deck that can win the quickest, Dogs is the deck that does it. The thing that stops it is your opponent's characters, right? So everything that it plays is to try and deal with your opponent's characters, which are um and punish them for trying to deal with your characters, right? So Chromacon is a great example of that card, right? The green Chromacon. So Dogs is the most aggressive deck. So the moment you play against that deck, you can basically never win. Even on the draw, they're faster than you.
Yep.
So I don't want to be the second fastest aggro deck. I don't feel good about that. Number 2 is now the most controlling control deck. Green blue. It wipes your whole board. That's the whole point of that deck.
But it can't get rid of your items very easily, except for they can with their 1-mana Clarabelle. Oops, never mind.
Exactly. So I just think that green blue is just trying to control your opponent. And I just think that trying to control your opponent is like most of the time a losing battle.
How
right?
did this become you trashing green blue some more? We're done with green blue. You can't talk about it.
No, it's the deck I've spent so much time on, and I'm just like, how do I guarantee wins after when I've Prince Philip?
Detectives.
No, they just play a genie into a genie, and you're like, okay, that's a faster clock than all my detectives
Then
combined.
you quest with some Judy hops, you find a basil, and you bounce one of their genies, and you're in there like swimwear.
They still have this faster clock.
Yeah, but then you know,
You could play like 3 basils, and they still have a faster clock because one genie represents 2 Judy
lethal
hops.
basically next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you just quest with some Judy hops, you find a Donald Duck, play it, you get an extra ink, and then you're
And
on it, dog.
And then you're like, okay, they played a Cobra, and they're like, bounce your Cobra, and you're like,
You can't bounce a Cobra.
Good game.
you can't. Why?
You have to do a secret third thing.
Crazy.
Right.
So let's so moving back to what we're talking about. Purple Steel is the most consistent deck in the game,
Yeah, not really what we were talking about.
but it's the most mid range deck.
Purple Steel is probably the most consistent, bestiest deck right now. It can switch roles. It can be fast against people it needs to be fast against. It can wipe the board clear when it needs to wipe the board clear.
So it does every plan at the same time all the time.
Almost
There's another mid-range deck on the horizon that people are talking about.
It's just a copycat.
It's just a copycat. It does all the things.
It
can
does
be
all the things just
aggro-y.
worse.
what are we talking
It
about?
can be
He's
removal.
talking about red purple.
I'm talking about red purple.
Hot take: Red Purple beats Purple Steel straight up
Hmm.
in the matchup. Red Purple has a good matchup against Purple Steel.
Dude, Megatron's mad about it.
I did notice that Megatron fell.
I don't know if that's true. I think I'd like purple steel against red purple.
I think it's massively favored for
Let's make a Zord, by the way.
purple steel. I'm just gonna say whatever.
Okay. As soon as you said that, I was like, Megatron. That's not right. That's
Ultratron.
Megazord.
Ultimatum Tron.
Ultimatum. Cruel ultimatum. Your permanence.
Um,
We have so many Grogu's. It's like outrageous, actually.
Aren't our Labubus just little Grogus, really?
What are you talking about?
okay, back on topic.
Did
what
you
were we
see
talking-
Alex Jones pose with a Labubu for
I
Christmas?
did not. Wow. Okay, so
Red purple. It was terrible. Red was terrible. Red was dead in set 9.
Yes,
Set 10,
but it's
it's
back.
got all these tools, right? It's got the bird, 3/3 quest for 2.
Headless Horseman, All-Star.
Incredible card. Hercules.
Hercules.
Hercules is interesting because they play him a lot as a one-of, and whenever I have that card in play, I'm like, holy cow, I have Unbeatable Banzuke in play. I just like kill your guy, took no damage. This card rules. I wonder why they only play it as a one-of.
Well, Cheshire Cat just is like, you're dead.
No, it's
I-
an X3.
It is X3. I think that card is overrated. I just think that let's say you're playing purple steel or any purple deck for that matter, you always have a one drop that's trying to deal 3.
3.
And so that means when you play an Elsa, you just crash that whatever that one card that you have that you played on 1, 2, or 3
Mhm.
always takes out the Hercules. So I just don't think that we should even bother with the card.
Here's my thing. I think in purple board stalls, I actually think that red purple is the best deck because it has things like Lumiere, which turn your Tinkerbells into like 4/1s as opposed to 3/1s. It also turned your Cheshire Cat into a 4/4. So it lets you beat those mirror match trades with higher toughness more often.
But it's a not flexible mid-range deck.
What do you mean?
In the sense that a purple steel deck, you can switch plans much easier and you have ways to tempo yourself back into the game like strength and Zeus. Whereas red purple only has that, like play a dude on 5 that deals with your dude,
Yeah.
right? I think one of the cards that made red purple a much better deck was the Olympus card. What is that called?
Next stop Olympus.
Next Stop Olympus, which untaps your character if you control a 5 or greater for free.
You can do it for free if one of your guys has 5. Yeah.
Exactly. And then your character, when it challenges a character, it will gain 1 lore. So it's a neat trick with Maui Shark and Demona. And I think that card that creates those type of situations because it's a free card, right? So it's like one of its only ways to catch up to purple steel, but it's still a worse, less flexible deck.
I've also noticed that a lot of the red purple decks, and I'm not sure necessarily why this is true about red purple, but not some of the other decks. They're playing They Never Come Back. The list that we're going to talk about a little later has They Never Come Back. And I think that They Never Come Back is really good right now because all the purple decks have started playing Palace Guard and or the Royal Guard. No, it's Palace Guard.
It's Palace
And all the purple decks are also, well, the best purple deck is playing Cobra. A lot of the time hoping to strength on turn 4, but play Cobra on turn 3. They just say go. And if you can never come back, get rid of 2 of those things on the board at once, you're in a really good spot. And I think
Iago's back in the format as well. A lot of people playing Iagos.
so. I think I'm just really high on that card right now. And a lot of the decks that I'm seeing that are purple aren't playing it, except for red purple is playing it. So this actually just might be me saying that it's time to play They Never Come Back, which is fine. Nobody's mad. Everyone calm down. Dan's freaking out.
I'm not mad about it.
You kicked me under the table.
I did.
Well, nobody can prove anything.
Oh my god.
You just like playing, I think, because of the library. You love playing library deck.
He's just a red purple guy.
Here's what you guys need to know about me. I woke up this morning and my hair was big. I'm a big hair content creator now,
Cool.
just like Dr. Mike or Adam Conover.
I don't know those.
And that means that I think I'm always right about everything.
Okay.
He doesn't know Dr. Mike or Adam Conover. Can you believe that?
No.
I
Okay.
can't believe that.
I probably know them by face. Okay.
I'm a big hair guy now.
So back to Lorcana. Back to Lorcana.
It's tough.
Okay. So we're back on Lorcana. We were talking about the extremes, right? Red purple is just a copycat of purple steel.
I like it more.
But I just think it's a worse deck. And for the same reason, green purple aggro, the $12 deck, is just a worse deck than dogs. So if you had to make the choice, like just play the more efficient version of what that thing is trying to do. But do I think red purple is the worst deck? No, I don't. I think it's a better choice than I do think that it's a better choice than Blurple.
So
That's a pretty hot take, I think.
Even though in the LCCC, my last 2 rounds were against red purple, and I beat both the red purple players, Lorcana Villain and then Aiden. But it doesn't mean that the matchup spread is better for Blurple.
you played Aiden and Bradley?
Yes,
That's
You're
funny.
just farming.
You had to
I
play with a
lost
little
to
kid.
Bradley. What are you talking about?
I wasn't going to say farming. I just think it is funny. that
What
had
do
to
you
play with
mean?
little
I'm just
kids.
kidding.
They played out of their minds good.
They did. They crushed.
Those
I
kids
was
are
so
good.
impressed.
Those
They
kids are
did.
good. Both of them are
Yeah.
pretty good.
No, I was super impressed, and I told Aiden that I wouldn't want to play him in the future,
Fair.
but because I just think that he's gonna get so much better. He's already cracked, but I mean, when you're a kid, you just have more potential.
Your brain's so malleable.
Yeah, so he just like knew all the right plays the moment he looked at the next card. It was so fast.
Savant.
Yeah, it was cool. All right, so
I think we're done with
I-
Pillars of Metagame.
I mean, I would disagree, and I think everyone else would disagree because no one's talking about it.
what?
Like they're just like yellow, purple's dead. No
Yellow
one
purple.
cares.
Yeah,
Who cares?
I don't understand why people are such haters.
That
Flash
deck
in
is-
the
That
pan.
deck is over.
Only Zan can play it.
Yeah, only Zan knows how to play it. It's hard.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about it. It's the reason why it fits into the theory of like the most aggressive, the most controlling, the best mid range deck is because it's its own category, which is the best combo deck.
It's the best combo deck. It's also the only combo deck.
True.
Yep.
Yeah.
Except as a finisher, for sure. I mean, there's combos in blue green, but as a finishing combo, yeah.
Yep, it finishes the game,
It is a 2-card combo deck as opposed to an engine combo deck. It's
And
interesting.
and it costs a lot.
We've yet to see an engine combo deck. Can't wait for that. People are going to be, if people are mad about Monstro combo, wait till we have something like Heartclan Ironworks in Lorcana.
I don't think that they're going to make cards that are that complicated.
They're pretty careful with what they've been doing so far, for sure.
This card lets me sacrifice an item. And when I do that, I can play an item that costs 2 for free.
Too complicated for Lorcana.
The item I sacrifice lets me bring an item back from my graveyard.
But complicated doesn't mean it makes it good. I think that the thing that I learned from like making guides and making content about it is the real genius is being able to explain a very difficult concept in a very simple way. That is like the hardest thing in the world to do, and it's the thing that actually I think ends up making the most money in the world, is because there will always be beginners in whichever field you look at, and the person that's able to get a beginner to like the professional level is like it's just worth a lot, you know. So I just think that Lorcana just does it better than any other card game ever.
Whoa, there's a hot take. A
Yeah.
lot of other card games floating around right now. People are saying Lorcana's dead.
Not true.
Not true.
Too good of a game. It's too good of an IP.
Okay.
Too
Great.
good of a game. Too good of an IP.
All right. So yellow purple.
Yes.
Best combo deck right now.
Yeah.
Is it dead? And
It's
why?
not dead. It's it's a solid choice. You can't like the biggest thing about it is there's a time investment in getting good at it. That is the number one limiting factor is you just have to spend some time with it and think about things that you usually don't have to for Lorcana tournaments, which is how to communicate that your combo.
That's my favorite. You get to explain to somebody that they're dead. You get
Yeah.
to say to somebody like, "Hey, this was a cool game we were playing. I appreciate that you're ahead on board and that you're at 15 and I'm at 0. But you lose, actually. You've lost, and now you get to watch me do something for a couple of minutes. So I hope you're going to enjoy that. I am. I'm having a blast. What you're welcome to do is concede. But people on the internet will tell you that that's actually bad to do because they don't value your time like you do.
Sometimes they'll argue with you about it.
I-
if you're really lucky.
You've never, oh man, you've never watched me explain a combo to somebody. I can't wait for my final time, finally my time with Monstro. And you're watching, you're behind, you're like, oh, this guy's gonna argue with me. Then I just start talking, and my opponent just falls asleep. I just hit them with the too many words, and they fall asleep.
It's so interesting. Your personality is so interesting because I'm like, this is the guy that would love explaining this combo deck, but instead he's just over there playing detectives.
Well, hold on.
Bunny rabbits.
That weekend, I couldn't get a hold of a
No,
copy.
it's a joke. It's a joke.
For Richmond, I could play anything. Still.
I'm joking,
and I
bro.
like that weekend I would have played Monstro if that was the card I could get put in my hands. But all three of you were playing it. We can only find 3 copies to Monstro combo.
Right now, you can't play anything at Richmond.
Why not?
You don't have a
You
ticket.
don't have a ticket.
I'm not going to Richmond.
Have you been looking every day?
What do you mean? Yeah, you're sold out.
I don't know. People keep posting that they got a ticket.
I haven't even seen those posts. I don't even see that.
All right. Maybe after talking about it right this second, they'll go into your algorithm.
Refresh.
I'm gonna look for a ticket for Richmond. You guys talk about Monstro since y'all have played it, and I'll let you know.
Is it worth taking a detour onto Lucas's deck because he won the Enchanted Tour
Oh,
last week?
yes. But Lucas didn't win the tournament. Christian did.
Christian won it. That's
Yes,
right.
Christian won.
Sorry.
And I don't think that Lucas and Christian played the same deck. I'm actually not sure, but I know that Lucas was like number 1 seed after.
That's probably why I'm
Swift.
getting them mixed
Yeah,
up. But
yeah.
Christian took it down with combo-less yellow purple.
Yes, a combo list, like so no combo. Which I think was really great because the whole reason why I played this deck was because I didn't need the combo to win,
Mhm.
and I felt like him playing a yellow purple list without the combo and winning with it in
Yeah.
the fashion that he did. I think his record was 9-0-2, which
Mhm.
is 100% win. And two draws probably to make top cut is absolutely incredible. So yeah, I really also liked his list. He was playing some really interesting cards like Mowgli,
Yep.
Ursula, because if he's not going to finish the game with the combo, he needs to be able to finish the game.
Yeah, the 4/5 Ursula, where if you boost for 1, it quests for 3 and gains the base.
Exactly. And then the 2/1 support princess.
Yes, that
For
no
1.
one knows her name for any reason, but yeah, she has support and she's a 2/1.
Yeah,
Hey, Lonwy.
Yeah.
Princess Basil.
Princess Basil. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So,
From Lloyd Alexander's Prian fantasy series.
is he just making up stuff?
I think so.
I'm not. I actually found the first book in that series at a thrift store over the holiday.
Nice.
I'm
Have you been
super
reading it?
Yes, and book 2 is the Black Cauldron, so I'm excited about that.
Oh, that's your favorite card.
Yep, but now I'm reading the first one, which is called the Book of something, Book of 3.
Oh.
Hmm.
The Book of 3. Nice.
It's a fantasy series from the 60s that Lloyd Alexander wrote.
Cool.
Pretty neat.
Well, I'm glad that we have a historian.
They made a Disney movie out of the second book, and a lot of people were like,
What about the first one?
well, yeah, a lot of people were like, this movie kind of doesn't make sense and starts, it feels like in the middle of something. And
You're right.
doesn't really end appropriately. And it's like, yeah, that's book 2 of 5. They made that into a single Disney movie, which is a weird choice. But it was the 60s or 70s. When did they make it? I think they made it in the 70s. So, you know.
The person who directed it was like, I just like the second one more.
Everyone's like, dude, this book's so good. And somebody was like, well, I mean, Chamber of Secrets is better than Sorcerer's Stone, but like we can't just make the Chamber of Secrets. And they were like, no, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Black Hole.
I guess if I could only make one Harry Potter movie, I'd make the Goblet of Fire.
That, by the way, is not gonna be a popular take.
What?
People hated that one.
Goblet of Fire is the best book. Not close.
People say it's the worst one.
It's the best book. It's about a tournament, and tournaments are the best.
Okay.
I knew that's why you liked Goblet of Fire. It was like very clearly obvious when you said it.
Dude, it was
Yeah.
awesome. It was
Let's
the
get back
best.
to
And
Lorcana.
you could make a movie just with the 4th book and you would understand it.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
You'd be like, who was Cedric Diggory? Why do we care that he died?
We didn't know about him until the 4th book.
Yeah, exactly. That is how everybody reacted. That was dumb.
But yeah,
Also-
I've played about 20 matches of the yellow purple comboless version, and I did the same thing. I was like, I'm just playing yellow purple, and I don't draw my combo. This is what it would be like.
Yes.
And it feels like you have enough answers, right? You have all the good purple cards. You've got your 3-cost zap your dude eye draw card,
Horseman Strike.
Horseman Strikes.
I mean, that's sort of the reason for the season, right? If I'm playing yellow purple, it's because I want to play purple mirrors where I have access to kill your guy, draw a card.
Yep.
Mhm.
I mean, that card is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And you get access to Lantern, which, you know, like red, purple, and purple steel don't get access to that.
Mhm.
But blue purple obviously has a better way of doing it, but blue purple has other costs it has to pay. Like it doesn't get clean removal.
Yeah. So I mean, it is like its category of its own, right? You get a little bit of blues ramp with the lanterns. You get a little bit of purple's removal, steel's removal with the horseman strikes. So yeah, it's going to take some time investment. You got 12 days. I think it's on the table for Richmond.
I can't
all I'm
believe we
saying.
had 12 days.
I just made that number up. Something like
No, I still can't believe we only have 12 days.
I mean, what's 12 days?
12 days.
So now are we done with the pillars of format? We can move into now we can start the podcast.
Is there some green steel deck?
There's a
No.
mysterious green steel deck that none of us have seen, and I've only heard about. And I asked for a deck list, and the person that told me about the green steel list was like, I was actually trying to see if you had a deck.
Okay.
you can't classify it as a pillar. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I was just like, oh, is there a green steel deck now? Because you told me there was some green steel deck. I was like, okay, I'm interested in seeing a deck list.
I actually got a message that was like, what do you think of the green steel deck? I said, Sam, what's this person talking about? You said, ask them for a list. And I did. And they were like, I was hoping that you had a list.
Oh, I thought you might have gotten a message back. Gotcha.
No, I did get a message back, and it said that
I
they were
hope
hoping that I had
I was hoping so
Feels
they were
like-
just fishing.
Yeah.
Okay,
It feels
good.
like item aggro. That's what it feels like.
Item aggro's real.
Yes.
Yes. You get to play Mowgli. You get to play Ludwig von Drake.
The secret is item aggro is actually yellow purple.
Whoa.
Mm,
Hold on a minute.
true.
Shut up.
You've been missing it the whole
What are
time.
you talking about? You go 1-drop into 1-drop, a lantern 1-drop all the time. What's more aggro than that?
Item aggro's not supposed to have items in it. That's part of the bait and switch.
This is like more of a real bait and switch
Oh.
because you actually take them out not with the items but with the whale and a location.
Do we want to look at deck lists? Do we even have time? I feel like we don't have time. We're
No, I
50
think
minutes into the
We
podcast.
have deck lists that we're going to share, I think, as we talked about them there. So
Yes.
we talked about a lot of the cards through the deck list.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. So what are you taking to Richmond?
What am I taking to
Yeah,
Richmond?
yeah.
I mean, I think that I don't think that I think that I need to know what the room is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the room is. So I think I'm going to play in set championships.
Ooh, to gauge what's in the room.
What's in the room? Because I do think that Georgia is gonna be a big population size of Richmond.
So let me tell you what I'm taking to the first set championship that I'm playing.
Mm-hmm.
Red purple.
Okay.
It's going to test my theory that red purple beats purple steel. If I play against a bunch of purple steel and I win all the time, then I'll feel like
I
I'll
will
feel like I did.
say the biggest thing I've seen with red purple is the dogs players are scared of red purple.
Yeah. Everybody's scared of red purple because of
They
that.
should be.
Yeah. I think that part is very cool.
Okay. So as of right now, red purple is my set championships choice because I want to see if it's as good into purple steel as people say it is. And also, I love red purple. Purple every game. That's why I play Void and TFT. All right, Ryan, your first set champ.
I definitely yellow purple monstro combo is very, very high on my list. I think I enjoyed playing it without the combo. I think it, helped turn those gears. somewhat, and I just think it has a really good matchup spread. I think it has game into almost every deck. I think you've got harder matchups like blue green high roll is pretty hard to beat sometimes, right? If they combo you twice, they probably win. I think I'm just willing to accept that, right? Like if I get beat by a double Friends Philip combo, they had double Friends Philip combo. Oh well. But that's probably what I'll take to set champs this week, and that'll help confirm whether I think it is as good as we think it is. So,
You play a Monstro. You say go. They quest to Judy Hopps. Find that Detective Basil. Put that Monstro back in your hand. We're going forever, baby.
Detectives?
Detectives.
I killed you before you got to that much ink.
No. All I did was my first time I played a Judy Hopps, I found a Donald Duck.
Also, I don't want a combo again.
I ramped my face off. All right, Zan, that champ's number 1.
I'll probably just play combo.
It's too late.
The reason why I'll probably play combo is because I still don't think I'm like the best I can possibly be with the deck. Whereas if I play dogs or purple steel, I feel like I'm already playing the deck at the highest possible level. So there's nothing for me to learn by playing those decks. I don't think I would learn anything by playing red purple either. Like, what am I going to learn by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? It just doesn't help me personally. If I were to play Blurple, that's why I played in the LCCC with Blurple. Is like, okay, I'm gonna start off with a bad list because I don't think Blurple is good right now. But by the end of LCCC, I'll have a good list. But is that list something I should be is worth considering for a DLC as opposed to like a 16 man like hard tournament like with some of the best players in the world? Like it pretty much had like the top 5 players in the world in that tournament, and it's a good test for the tournament, you know?
Agreed. Phenomenal. Can't wait. It'd be so awesome for you to play yellow purple in Richmond, because when I was telling people about yellow purple when you were playing it in the tournament, everyone was like, "Oh, that's cool that Zan's playing yellow purple," but like obviously no way he plays that in Richmond. So I can't wait to see what the real deck is.
Hmm. That's why I think it was a really good idea to bring the real deck to CCS.
CCS, because then everyone was like, "Well, that was just him having fun, goofing off."
Well, I was goofing off in CCS like pretty much every time except for the time I won with Amber Steel
Yeah,
because it like I had already won the event, right? And I was like, what am I even gaining by trying to win this tournament like a second time? I'll get more money, but I'm sacrificing equity for Worlds or for some other bigger tournament. Well, the thing that Charlie was able to pull off this time was he like made the prices way more enticing.
Mhm.
And so this was the first tournament since I won the tournament the first time that okay, I should actually bring the most crack thing I can possibly think of. And I did that and I got the result.
and,
And it was like I think it was the best time to win a Lorcana tournament besides the first time I ever won it.
and now you and I are queued.
Yep. And then I'm also queued for Continentals.
What?
Yeah. My
True.
wife
Ooh.
put my name
Your
in.
wife?
Yes, my wife.
Oh yeah.
I'm married.
Right. I was saying.
My wife put into ChatGPT when we were at dinner the other day my name and Lorcana, and something I didn't realize is that I'm the first DLC champion, DCQ champion.
I don't.
Mm,
I don't know. I don't
mm.
know if I trust ChatGPT on that. I didn't know you had a wife because you don't have a wedding ring on.
Where's yours?
Well, I don't have a wife, so I don't need one. But you have a wife, you don't have one. So anyway,
That's pretty cool.
all
Yeah.
right, we got a couple minutes before the end of the podcast. Let's talk about what the best Christmas movie is.
Frozen, obviously.
Okay, so that's wrong. All right, now you're
Not a Christmas movie.
Yeah, The Lord of the Rings would have been a better answer.
What?
It's a Christmas movie.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it basically is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Hard for me to say like one best. I think really, really Christmassy. I would say like original Grinch.
Like the animated one.
Animated one?
100%.
Pacing's kind of slow in the original.
Yeah, they just
Grinch.
made us
Just
watch it,
unbeatable.
and I fell asleep every time in elementary school.
That's a
You're
youth
a big
problem.
snoozer.
And then I like Christmas Vacation. Christmas Vacation.
Oh,
Christmas
nice.
Vacation,
National
okay.
Lampoons. I would have expected Ryan to say It's a Wonderful Life.
You
Never
can go
seen it.
next.
So my thing is a Christmas movie. Now that I've gotten a little older, it has to be fun for the kids. I used to always say it was a Muppets Christmas Carol, but my hot take is that kids actually don't like a Muppets Christmas Carol. I think it's like a little too adult for them.
Mhm.
So I might go with Red One. I think Red One actually slams.
Okay.
It's fun for all ages. It's got Dwayne the Rock Johnson in it.
Does Balto count as a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Balto wins.
I like Balto.
I like Balto.
Gosh, that's gonna be the worst take I've ever heard.
I'm gonna say my real take will be Harry Potter,
Okay.
just
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
we always watch Harry Potter. My sister always puts it on. We just watch 1 through 7, and then they did um, it's just like constantly just playing like every single Christmas time.
I think that's fair.
I
And
like
then
sorting the Harry Potter movies into whether or not Harry Potter affected the outcome of the story at all. Because for most of them, the answer is no. He affected it in the Sorcerer's Stone and the Chamber of Secrets, but the Goblet of Fire, for example, that whole story happens the exact same way if he's just not there.
We gotta put a moratorium on Harry Potter talk.
that's
at
not
this-
true. That's not true because if he didn't get transported using the cup,
Cedric would have died.
no, he wouldn't have gotten the blood that he needed in order to bring Voldemort back.
That's not true.
How would he have gotten it?
The plan was to bring Voldemort. They would have got from Cedric. The plan was to bring Voldemort back anyway.
No, he needed it from Harry.
I don't
Because
think so.
Harry's a Horcrux. What are you talking about? They put him on the statue, and then he takes the blood from Harry.
All right. Ryan did a moratorium. And we all know what that
Yeah,
means.
yeah.
Right.
Moving on to the next topic.
Moving on to the next topic. The next topic is, I'm out of topics. If you got a topic, we do topic.
Yeah, I think this is a great place to stop. This was our episode back from the holidays.
Back from the
and
holidays. What did you
and-
do by the holidays, by the way?
we went to LJ.
LJ,
You
Georgia.
sat in LJ and watched 7 Harry Potter.
No,
That's it.
we made like burgers. We did like campfire.
Right.
We played like a giant Connect 4.
Mm.
We played Scrabble. What else did we do? Oh, we watched The Gray Man,
Interesting.
and then just sat by the fire and the Christmas tree.
Nice.
I
How
went
do you guys-
snowboarding. We went out west. We went to Colorado.
I thought you went
last week.
skiing.
I don't like skiing.
Me neither.
You say you go skiing, but I don't ski. I went snowboarding.
Mhm.
Yeah, real banged up, but I had a good time.
Yeah, you look like an old man.
Yeah, if you're not falling, you're not trying hard enough. Basically, is how I
That's
feel.
fair.
So you're playing it too safe, not falling.
Every time I hear about people going on like ski or snowboarding trips, they get crazy
They get
injuries.
tremendously injured by the end of it. That's how I was
Yeah, it's a
thinking, so-
mountain. You're falling down a mountain on a piece of
Yeah.
my
sister's always hurt. Like whenever she goes skiing, she always gets like crazy hurt.
Nathan is pretty much close to death every time he comes back from a ski trip.
A lot of fun though.
But it's like the only like sporting activity that I haven't like really participated in. I've like gone surfing.
We can go when we go to Ghent. You want to go to Belgium and then find a ski slope?
We just talked about every person I know almost dies there.
Great. After we win the Lorcana tournament,
My wife
we'll go
can't
for us.
handle it. My wife can't handle it, and I don't want to be in a. I'm accident
Sorry.
prone.
I comfortably can't do it. I'm not going to do it. I won't do it. That's like an easy one for me. If somebody's like, "Do you want to go skiing?" I just say no. I don't
No.
really understand what the appeal is, or I also just have a balance issue, so I already know how it goes. Like I can't ride a bicycle or a skateboard, for
You
example.
could ski.
Yeah, of course. That's what everybody says about me biking and skating.
couldn't
I'm
ski
sure
without
that I'd do
balance?
great at it.
It's easier to balance skiing for sure because you have 2 planks
Yes.
basically. He maybe could do it. You also got to think about like this and like there's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff going.
Let's first conquer the bike.
I can't ride a bike.
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
I've seen you ride a bike.
you have? Do you mean the one that I had at my office?
Yeah.
That didn't have pedals?
Yes.
I can ride a bike with no pedals for sure.
Yes. It still counts.
For a couple seconds, I feel like it counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we should try a regular bike.
I can't ride a bike.
I think you can.
Oh.
I think we
Okay.
can train you to. I think that obviously you balance it's going to be tougher for you to learn, and we're older, so you're not a kid, so you can't learn as fast.
Your brain's less malleable.
But dude, you're like one of the smartest people I know. So I think that if we worked on it, that I could teach you in an afternoon, 100%.
And that's what makes riding a bicycle the best game.
Ooh, purple bike.
Purple bike.
Wow,
Oh,
purple. I choose the purple one.
purple bike.
Do they make bikes in purple?
Yes,
Custom
100%.
ordered for sure. Or
Custom.
just
100%.
the ones with the streamers coming off the handles.
I'm gonna have a little girl's bike.
No, you can just have a purple bike. Just a regular one.
Oh, okay.
I'll spray paint your bike purple.
For the holidays, I went to Orlando, Florida, where my girlfriend's family lives.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a tank top the whole time. It was great. I did
You
a
guys
bunch
went
of
to the beach?
pull-ups. No, we went to Orlando. It's not that close to the beach.
You can't do a pull up.
I did like 5.
He can do a lot. Yeah. When I first met Jeremy, in his apartment was a pull-up bar, and they used to just do pull-up competitions.
Maybe it was Nathan. That
So I didn't do a pull-up at Nathan's house one time, but that I like if you like went at all, your knees would hit the wall, and I got so
it was stage fright.
Yes.
I got uncomfortable not with the audience, but with the setup.
Yes.
Because
I felt this.
you're like you have a very
I can do
slight
a couple.
frame.
I
You should be
would
able-
when I was in Florida, I would do like 5 pull-ups in a row, and I was doing pull-ups, and I was like, "This is so silly that Ryan saw me not do one."
So when I was in California, I had a traumatic experience. I bought one of those during the pandemic pull-up,
door frame pull up bars. Yeah.
and yeah, I lived alone in California, and it snapped off,
Yeah,
and if the metal thing hit my head, and I was like passed out.
that sucks. By the way, I'm sorry.
I
about
don't
that.
even know how long.
Woke up 3 days later,
So
hungry as a bear.
But yeah, so I had a traumatic experience. So I will do pull-ups at the gym, but I will not do it at someone's setup because of that whole situation.
Trust
And I
issues.
didn't even install it. There was a handyman that worked in our apartment complex, and he installed it for me, and it completely destroyed me. Yeah, it was awful. It was just like one of those old houses from like the 1940s, and like the paint, if the like a surface has been painted over multiple times, it's like extra slippery. So it like just like slipped
Yeah,
off
yeah.
of that. And I was like, but yeah, so when we went to Nathan's house, I was like, I'm not gonna do a pull-up game.
That apartment was gorgeous, but it was made for like a tiny person to live, not like a real person.
Yes, it was a church from the 1930s that was converted into into like 8 apartments.
Because every time I used the
Mm.
bathroom in that apartment, I clogged the toilet.
Yeah, when they built it in the 1930s, they weren't thinking about the size of your bowel movements
Yeah.
or your pull up bars.
It was a beautiful,
It was
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Yeah. It was right across the street from, I don't know if you know what Rodeo Drive is.
I have heard of Rodeo.
Yes, right across the street from there.
Mhm.
I would ride my electric bike to Santa Monica Pier. It was awesome.
I walked out once in my pajamas and I stepped out into the street, which ended up being the middle of the line to get into the Chanel store. And there's like a security guard that was like, you can't like cut in line. And also, this is a really nice store, because I was in my pajamas or whatever.
Buddy, I live here.
And I literally was like, oh, I'm staying in that apartment. And he was like, oh, sorry. And he like backed off. And I got the whole treatment of that guy. Thought I was, I guess, super wealthy or whatever, because how else could I be staying in that apartment? And I was like, I'm staying in that apartment. He's like,
Dude,
oh, my
I got the deal of the century for that apartment. The pandemic started. I moved to California. I was in the process of moving to California, and I remember I walked in the day the apartment was listed. Yeah, and they were like, please, someone just move in. And I was like, yeah, I'll move in. Like, they gave me that price is like unimaginable today. Like, I don't want to say it, but
Okay, well, anyway, let's end the podcast. So let's talk about where they can find people. Ryan, where can they find you if they're looking for you online?
I'm on Twitter. You can find me there at ATL Ryan Walked, be at Set Champs in Richmond.
All right. And for me personally, I'm on Twitter at MoxJeremy. I do a space every Thursday from 8 to 10. A Twitter space is a lot of fun. It's been really a great time. I also have an interview coming out soon with Lorcana Villain. So look out on Lorcana Villain's channel. Look to see a little more about me. I think that everybody's really going to like it, especially you, Zan, because I give you pretty much the nicest shout out I've ever heard at the end.
oh, thanks, bro.
And Zan, where can they find you?
You're already here. This is the last episode of 2025. I honestly can't believe it. Thank you guys for supporting us. And you can expect us in 2026. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Peace.